Hello everyone, welcome to Cyber Sentinels. Today we will see how to create an Active Directory domain service in Windows Server 2022. Let's jump into the video. So for that, we go to Dashboard, add roles and features. Next, ensure you select this role-based or feature-based installation. Next, and as you can see, the IP address is 192.168.153.2. In our previous video, we saw how to set static IP in Windows Server. So this is a continuation of that video. And click Next. Here you select Active Directory Domain Services, add features, Next, 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 install. It will take some time. It is really not necessary to keep this page. Once you see close, you can close it and track the installation in the dashboard. You see, I'm going to close it, and here you can track the installation process. Okay, as you can see, we have a notification in the flag. So post deployment configuration, this is what we have to do once we install the domain Active Directory domain. So now we have to set the domain name and everything, right? So here, as a default, it is set to add a domain controller to an existing domain. Since we are setting as a new domain from scratch, so we go to add a new forest. So here you can create a domain name. For example, if you are working for a company, put the company website name or something. Or if you are doing for a project, you can mention any name. Here I'm going to mention Cyber Sentinels.com. Next. So it processes and take all the information in the background. That is why we see the status in a processing mode. Yes, here we have the next function, and for the forest function level we have Windows Server 2016. We can change it, but I would not suggest to change it because that is the most latest version. You can see in the drop down starts from 2008 to 2016. So we take the latest one. So let's leave that to the default. And for the password, it has to match the password policy of Windows. That means you have to add a capital letter, small letter, numbers, and whatnot. So I'm going to enter the password. Next. So a delegation for this DNS server cannot be created because the authoritative parent zone cannot be found. It doesn't matter. We will see this DNS later. So we click Next. Additional options in NetBIOS, it will pick up the domain name what we added in the forest. Here there is a catch. You see only Cyber Sentinels instead of cybersentinels.com. So in this one, whatever we add after the dot, it will ignore. So if you put a subdomain before it, for example, shop.cybersentinels.com, it will show only shop. So instead of that, we put cybersentinels.com to the direct domain. So it picked up Cyber Sentinels. Next. And then where it is placing the database folder or log files, sysvolume folder, everything. You can preview it and then click next. So it will check the prerequisite checks, and once the installation is complete, it will prompt for a restart. Let's wait for the installation window. Now we have, all the checks are completed. So now you can go ahead and install it. It may require some time based on the speed, internet speed and everything. So we just have to be patient whenever we work in Windows Server. As you can see in the progress, waiting for DNS installation to finish. So everything is setting up in the background. So it will take some time. I will pause the video and come back once it is ready. Now the installation is completed. You are about to sign out. Windows will shut down in less than a minute. That means this will initiate a restart of the system. As you can see, it is restarting. So it restarted. So what are we going to do is log into the system. Here we have to notice something. As you can see, the system is restarted. So now we are going to log in to the system. So we go to UC, sign into Cyber Sentinels. How do I sign in as into other domain? So if you have multiple domains, you will see everything here. But we created Active Directory service as Cyber Sentinels now, right? So we will do it in the Cyber Sentinels. Administrator. So as you can see, a couple of items added here. Active Directory domain service, DNS server, domain name server, everything is added. So when you go to local server, it was changed from workgroup to cybersentinels.com. And the IP address what we set as a static IP, you can see it here. And all DNS, see everything is good. So one thing what we can also see is there are a bunch of options updated here. I will just pin this to the taskbar for now, because we will be going in and out of this one. Here, cybersentinels.com. You see the Active Directory what we installed, it is here. So everything what we meant for or what we created is okay. If we go to reverse lookup zone, there is nothing. So this will be a problem if we don't have this. Next, yes, this is a primary zone, and this is the default. That means to all DNS server running on domain controllers in this domain cybersentinels.com. So automatically it will direct to this particular DNS server. So this is what we need. So what is the IP address we have here? So we just move it around, and then now we add a new zone again. Primary zone, IP reverse lookup. Yes, so here 192.168.153 and leave the last part. Why? Because n number of IPs related to this particular IP will look into this DNS service. So We don't have to enter the last quadrant of the IP address. Finish. So now it is created, right? So we can see what is what. Same as parental folder. As you can see, everything is fixed. Everything is good. Edit, resolve. Yes, it is working properly. Very good. Bye. Okay. And we are going to check the host now. So in this one, we are going to see update associated pointer record, PTR apply. Yes, this is very important, guys. Don't miss this step. Otherwise, it will not point this particular server. So once we did it, we have to validate the DNS. So how to do it? Let's go here and click refresh. Yes, PTR record is shown. That means the DNS is validated. Voila. So the next step is to install a DHCP server in this. So same thing. So we go to dashboard, add roles and features. Yeah, we can skip this page by default. We don't have to bring the same thing again and again. Next, so DHCP server here. Yes, add feature. Click next. Click next. Yes, and install. So it will install automatically the DHCP server tools into our server. Let it finish. We can close this for now. Yeah, we can also track it here, or we click it here, it opens again and shows the progress. We'll pause it for now and then we'll come back once the installation is done. So this is done. We close it and then we see the flag here. What are we going to do? Complete post deployment configuration of DHCP server. So we say next. So as you can see, the Cyber Sentinels is here. That means the Active Directory what we installed, that was recognized automatically, and we installed with the administrative privileges, or with the user account administrator, right? So we are going to commit it. Yes, close. Now the next one to do is go to DHCP, the same as DNS what we fixed earlier. So I'm going to pin this to taskbar for now. So IPv4. So as you can see, there is no scope added here. So we'll add a scope for this. New scope. Next. So here, what is the domain we gave? Right. So the domain we gave is Cyber Sentinels, and the scope name, we can put it as IPv4. Next. So in this one, we can set the start and end of IP addresses, right? What is the IP address that we gave? CMD. It is handy for you guys, if you keep the IP address somewhere safe. .192.168.153. So 2 is our server IP address. So in this one, we can start from, let's say 25 to end of IP address 192.168.153. to 200. So that gives 176 IP addresses for the clients. So 176 clients can be added. So in this one, we don't have to do anything, add any exclusions. So we don't have to exclude anything. So we just click next. Release duration 8 hours a day. Yeah, it is okay. Sorry, 8 days. 8 days. Yeah, it is okay. And then, yeah, do we have to configure this option now? Yes, of course. To add an IP address for router used by clients, enter the address below. So here what are we going to do is IP address 192.168.153.254 to the router. So add it, and then next. Here parent domain is this. So in this one, what are we going to do is parent domain. Yeah, this is the domain we gave in Active Directory. So it recognized automatically what is the parent domain and the IP address of the server. So here we don't have to do anything. We just click next. And then Win server here also, we don't have to. Yes, I want to activate the scope now. Yes, finish. Voila, you see the scope, what we gave is here, and then yeah, it is active. So yeah, we set DHCP server for now, and let's go to the next step. So the next step is to configure in Windows 10 client. Let's do it. So we minimize it here. Minimize this. We just have to note down the IP address what we gave. So this is like a 192.168.153.2 is the server address, and from let's see. So we also minimize this. Windows 10. So in Windows 10, let's go to command prompt and see what is the IP address here. ipconfig. As you can see, Cyber Sentinels, it is automatically done. So it is automatically set. Let's check once more. config/all. Wow. So as you can see, what is this host name? Desktop, that means Windows 10 system, and in Ethernet 0, that means for the NAT network in VMware. cybersentinels.com, it routed to DNS suffix automatically, and IPv4 address also set automatically everything, and as you can see, DHCP server, DNS server, everything to the IP address what we gave. So yeah, everything is good. Super. Okay, the next step is to link this Windows 10 system to our server. So how are we going to do it? Go to settings and system, about. You see, a little bit big. Advanced system settings, yes, and go to computer name. So you can rename the computer to whatever you want. For now, it is set as desktop 8P5K2D1. So we can change into client Win 10 or client. You can put the user who is going to use this particular system. So in this way, as a administrator, you will know which system or which system belongs to which user. So I'm going to name this as Batman. And here, first copy it, change computer client as a Batman, cybersentinels.com. This is the domain we gave. As soon as we click OK, so it will process. Since everything is directed here automatically, so it will challenge us to see whether the right domain is configured or not. So in this one, we have to enter the domains administrator password, username and password. That means Cyber Sentinels administrator username and password. So that is administrator and password. Adding. So it confirmed welcome to cybersentinels.com. So it is officially added to Cyber Sentinels Active Directory domain. So as you can see, changes will take effect after you restart this computer. This is really, really important to restart the system to get into effect. Let the computer restart. Meanwhile, we come back to the server to make the organizational units and user IDs before we delegate the system to any user IDs, users, right? So we go to Tools, Active Directory, Users and Computers. So in this one, we can control everything basically. So as you can see here, our domain is here, and then computers, let's see, you see, client Batman. So the Batman computer or the client what we created in Windows 10, it is shown here. So automatically it recognized and synced into the server. In the users, as you can see, there are a lot of groups are there. So in this across this group, first we have to create an organizational unit. How to do it? Right click, new organizational unit. So what does it do? Basically, in your company you have multiple departments, right? So IT IT team, finance team, marketing team, or SOC team in cybersecurity. So we have multiple teams together. So for each and every team must have their own privileges. That is called role-based access control. So this is what we are going to do. So first one we create as IT team. So IT, and make sure to uncheck this box, protect container from accidental deletion, because this is our VM. So we are going to create, delete, alter, move around things frequently. So it is better to have that checkbox unticked. We are going to create another organizational unit. So first one is for Batman, and second system, who are we going to do, or let's say staff. So for all rest of the staff, we give one user authentication to give the access control. So in this one, IT and staff. So with IT, what I'm going to do is new user, right? So as you can see, we have the domain name here, cybersentinels.com, and IT group. Under IT group, so first name Batman, last name we don't have, we give or we don't give, doesn't matter. Batman, how do we call him when he tries to log in? Batman at cybersentinels.com. Yes. Next, we can give a password which can apply with password policy. We can give this as, yeah, we can set this as optional things like user must change password at the next login. That means it will force the user to change the current password what we set here to the new password on his own, or he can use the same thing if we untick it and user cannot change password. It is to lock the user from changing the password. Password never expires. This is a very dangerous one. So we cannot have this ticked because it will violate the policy of the company, password policy of the company. And if you want to disable his account, Batman's account in the future, you can just click this account disable and done. So for now, we unticked, like, yeah, we kept it blank on each and everything. So we click it finish. So now, since we created this Batman, so we have to escalate this Batman to the admin privilege, right? So how are we going to do it? Properties. Yeah, in this one you can see, the details what we gave. If you're working in a corporate network, so you can give first name, last name, telephone number, email, and address, all the details. Normally we give office address, not the personal address, and account, what kind of account he have and what are the privileges he have, everything is hit here. So but the important thing is here, domain user. So he is under cybersentinels.com/users. It is a general user. So instead of a general user, we have to escalate to domain admin. So we put it okay, and now it is set primary group domain admins. Or we don't even have to click set primary group. So anyway, he is part of domain admins. Batman is part of domain admin. So apply, okay, voila, done. So now in the staff, the same thing what we are going to do is add a new user. So Lex Luthor. So Lex Luthor is a general user of the staff community, or general staff. So L Luthor. Next. Okay. Now it should go ahead. Yes. So this is how we create users and organizational units in the Active Directory domain. So let's put into test the one what we created as a Batman and Lex Luthor. Let's put it into test with Windows 10 client, how it is syncing automatically with what we give. So since the system is restarted, instead of going into lab, so we go to other users, you see Cyber Sentinels, it's already there. That means it automatically recognized our Active Directory domain. As you can see, we signed into Lex Luthor, so it is automatically setting up the system based on Lex Luthor's ID and privilege access. So I can use the Active Direct, like I can use the system based on the domain service which was set, Active Directory user. and yeah, I can use, you see Lex Luthor is here. So let's sign out and test out Batman as well. So let's test for Batman as well. Other user, Batman. User password must be changed before signing in. You see, for Lex Luthor, we didn't click or tick user password must be changed before login, or yeah, as soon as they log in. For Batman, we checked in, so we set the password. Batman is signing in. Hi. This is it, guys. So if we summarize quickly, we saw how to create active directory domain service. We set up DNS, we set DHCP, and we created organizational units. We created new users based on the organizational unit under IT with admin privilege, and staff with a normal user privilege. And also we tested in Windows 10, how to sign in, and more importantly, we connected this Windows 10 system to the Active Directory system, and signed in with the user's account created, and yeah, everything is done. So happy testing, happy learning. Thanks everyone.